CBC is a school situated an hour south of Perth. It is an independent public school and the majority of people in its area are blue-collar workers or lower middle class. Welcome to all parents and carers of our Year 10 students for this upcoming year. My name is Alexis and I'm one of the physical education teachers here at Comet Bay College. Here at CBC, we strive for the growth of all students in our school. We understand that every student is unique and capable of many different things. We can cater for different learning styles by first understanding that students learn in many ways. As teachers, we need to adapt our teaching styles to cater for how each of our students learn. This means that not all classes are taught the same. Although we may teach the same lesson, how we deliver that lesson reflects the learning styles evident in our classroom. One way of categorizing these learning styles is with visual, kinesthetic, read and write, and auditory learners. By understanding that students learn in one of these ways, we can cater for each student in our lessons and apply all the methods of teaching needed for our classrooms. All students have different goals and ambitions, and our goal as teachers is to provide them with the skills they need to achieve these. One of the ways that we do this is by developing a growth mindset in our students. A growth mindset is one that opens opportunities to succeed. It takes mistakes and turns them into lessons to help move us forward. Teaching styles differ from person to person, and the ability to change your teaching style to best suit your students is what we strive for. In this way, we have a heavy student-centered approach here at CBC. By this I mean that we aim to encourage and develop the skills needed for your child to take responsibility of their own learning. In this way, we also step in or step back in order to allow your child to develop to their full potential. In Year 10, the aim of this subject is to give students the tools they need to live healthy lifestyles outside of school, both physically and mentally. Students should be able to use and alter individual movement skills and tactics in games based on what they learn throughout the year. They will learn how to evaluate their and others' techniques and coach each other in improving these. Students are expected to grow their knowledge on the effects of their physical activity based on how they perform skills and live their lives, as well as demonstrating their ability to work as a team and participate in fair play. Overall, we want students to understand that their effort and participation plays a role in the wider community. PE is so much more than kicking a ball around. It's teamwork, leadership, planning, and progress. The CPEP program is a system that aims to help educate students in physical education, not just sport. The CPEP program intends to teach students that through a term-long program. In this program, classes are broken into teams of 5 to 6 students. They are given roles, which are rotated bi-weekly, and tasks to complete each week. Students learn to work together, and not only help each other learn the rules and techniques needed to play the games, but the skills needed to umpire, coach, and teach each other. In this program, the teacher becomes a facilitator of the students' learning. They move from running the class at the beginning of the term to giving the students the skills they need to plan and run lessons themselves. By this, I don't mean that the teacher stops doing their work. The teacher merely gives the students the ability to take control and allow themselves more time to focus on teaching and correcting skills. As teachers of CBC, we are required to teach based on the Western Australian curriculum. This curriculum is broken down into different strands and sequences. Through CPEP, we can cover all aspects of the curriculum with a high focus on the students' learning through movement. This section focuses on improving team performance, participation, rules, and fair play. We can use the weekly tasks to reflect and understand movement through reports and statistics based on game performance and skill progression. Students are also then able to do research to find out what different preparation and execution does to their performance. Games and coaching activities are also able to use to improve on their physical body movement and skill progression. Physical education is a subject where student safety is taken very seriously. Not only are students moving about, but they are using a wide range of equipment and are often exposed to the outdoors. As the UV levels are often very high in our area, students will be encouraged to wear hats and correct footwear every lesson. Sunscreen will be provided, and in terms of wet weather, we'll make our way into the gym. In addition to this, I will be doing weekly checks of all equipment and grounds that students are using during their PE lessons, as well as making sure all first aid kits are updated. Our classes will strive to keep a positive learning environment where classmates encourage each other and provide peer support, as well as not tolerating any put-downs. Students will receive written feedback from their weekly tasks a week after submission. This allows them to change and improve their work for the following week. Students will also receive ongoing verbal feedback each lesson. This will involve teaching points on their physical performance of skills and class participation. Students will also be encouraged to provide peer feedback to each other on skills and weekly tasks. This is to be constructive criticism to help the team and the individual improve. Students will also be required to reflect and monitor their own learning in journal entries each week to look back and reflect on at the end of term. Students will be assessed in both physical and written performance. Students' weekly tasks will be graded according to a rubric outlined at the start of the term. These weekly tasks will include written reports, fixtures and results, coaching and skill development, rules, media and publicity. Students will be required to work on some things alone in accordance to their bi-weekly role or as a team. Reports will be graded based on 4 key points: the grading of their weekly and term tasks, their participation in teamwork in class, their improvement of physical skills in sport, whether this is by learning a new skill or simply refining and enhancing an existing skill, and their ability to adapt to changes in the learning environment. All students will be given many opportunities to step up and lead, both in a group and one-on-one. While not all students are born to be leaders, all students should be given the chance to support their classmates and teach one another, whether this be in terms of physical activity or one of the weekly tasks. Contribution to a team goal is a large part of life, and this will come under their teamwork mark. In conclusion, I'd just like to say that we at CBC are invested in your child. We don't only want them to succeed in our classes, but in life too. We are committed to providing them with the skills and knowledge they need to live out healthy lives, whether they go on to be a professional athlete or not. We hope that the skills they learn here benefit them and prepare them for whatever life holds. Thank you for your time.